Welcome back to the challenge of nature. In today's video, we take you through some of the most terrifying and haunting moments from some of the most terrifying natural disasters. Each shot is a testament to the brutality and power of Mother Nature. Get ready to discover events that changed the world, reminding us of the incredible power that nature can unleash. Don't forget to subscribe to the challenge of nature and leave your comments below. Kapach Lake, the world's lowest glacial lake located in Kaski district, Nepal, witnessed a horrific avalanche. Thick layers of snow fell from the mountains, creating a majestic and terrifying scene. Japan, a country that often faces natural disasters, witnessed one of its worst tsunamis on March 11, 2011. After a massive earthquake with a magnitude of 9.0 struck off the Pacific coast, a massive tsunami hit Kuji Port, Iwate Prefecture. Waves over 10 meters high not only swept away everything in their path, but also left behind devastating consequences, destroying infrastructure and causing serious loss of life and property. The tsunami was a clear demonstration of the uncontrollable power of nature and human vulnerability to its devastation. Chasing a terrible storm from Lincoln to Omaha, Nebraska, and Dominator 3 captured close-up footage of a violent tornado in eastern Nebraska. The storm, which occurred on May 22, 2004, produced powerful tornadoes with winds of up to 200 miles per hour. Severe damage was reported west of Omaha and along I-80 near Lincoln, where buildings were flattened and entire neighborhoods were completely destroyed. The footage shows the destructive power of tornadoes and the frailty of humans in the face of nature's fury. Just as everything was quiet, a terrifying tornado suddenly struck, carrying with it unimaginable destructive power. The fierce winds tore down houses and trees. Leaving behind rubble and devastation. The devastating flash flood swept away everything in the mountains, destroying the only bridge the people had. When the flood hit, the bridge was completely destroyed, leaving behind an unimaginable tragedy. With the bridge as the only way to get around, the people now faced complete isolation and unforeseen hardships. On February 4, 2021, a massive avalanche engulfed the Kakar Mountains in Turkey, destroying many homes. The avalanche occurred after a period of warm weather and heavy rainfall, which melted the snow and led to a violent collapse of the snowpack, with up to 20 meters of snow causing unimaginable devastation. Heavy rains in China's Guangxi Zhuang Autonomous Region triggered a massive landslide that destroyed this house. Fortunately, residents were evacuated in time and no casualties were reported. The devastation still shows the fierce power of nature and the importance of disaster preparedness. A small flash flood carried a large amount of debris into the valley, but the devastation was still evident as the waters carried tons of waste, polluting the environment and making cleanup difficult. A massive rock slide down a hillside has destroyed a mountain road, causing a major traffic jam. Huge boulders have fallen and blocked a long line of vehicles, creating a chaotic and urgent scene as vehicles are unable to move. A mountainside road was severely eroded, with half of the road swept down into the valley. The devastation highlighted the fragility of the road and the importance of watching for signs of landslides. A giant sinkhole is constantly expanding, with millions of cubic meters of water pouring in. The scene is terrifying as the deep hole not only swallows everything in its path, but also causes unimaginable devastation. The floods in India have brought tons of mud and debris, creating scenes of devastation everywhere, causing serious damage to infrastructure and severely affecting people's lives. The bridge could not withstand the force of the flash floods and gradually collapsed under the pressure. The scene was tragic as sections of the bridge were washed away, leaving a large gap and irreparable devastation. While this guy was skiing, a huge avalanche suddenly occurred. Luckily for him, he was not buried, although the surrounding scene was completely washed away and buried under thick snow. Hundreds of tons of mud are about to swallow this road, creating a scene of anxiety and tension. With the huge amount of mud, the road is at risk of being completely buried under the thick layer of mud. Horrible. Can you guess what happens next? The landslide completely destroyed half the road and dozens of cars. What would happen to these houses if this whole mountain collapsed? If the entire mountain collapsed, the houses would be buried under a huge mass of earth and debris. Most structures would be completely destroyed, leaving no trace of them. Half of the mountain collapsed right before my eyes, creating a terrifying and unbelievable scene. Rocks and debris poured down in a torrent. Oh my God, look what happened. The flash flood turned houses into floating islands. Roads and surrounding areas were completely submerged, leaving only houses surrounded by water, creating a majestic yet tragic scene. Is this house walking down the mountain? People could only cover their faces and cry before the natural disaster, which swept away their homes. The scene was majestic as the giant mountain was falling into the sea. Huge rocks and soil fell down, creating an impressive display of natural power. What happened? Looks like another landslide. A landslide was slowly taking place, gradually collapsing and destroying the road at the foot of the mountain. Huge chunks of earth and rock kept falling down, deforming the road and causing severe devastation. The scene showed the brutal power of nature as it changed the landscape in unimaginable ways. Another road was completely submerged by the disaster. The landslide carried tons of earth and rock, burying the road under mud and debris. Luck smiled on those cars. The house collapsed completely in just a few seconds. The black car would have been buried eventually, if only a few seconds later. The mountains continued to collapse. The power of Mother Nature was terrifying. Huge blocks of rock and earth fell with unimaginable devastation, engulfing everything. Are these lucky cars? A limestone mountain just collapsed. I think you should be careful when driving on mountain roads. The house was swept down the mountain by the landslide, but fortunately, no one was in the house at the time, leaving behind only devastation and destruction. This is a landslide off the beach. Don't miss out on future video updates. Hit subscribe and let us know what you think in the comments below. Stay safe and take care.